Supernanny Jo Frost on her life-threatening diagnosis. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Supernanny Jo Frost is opening up about her recent medical diagnosis, leaving her fans scared for her. The iconic nanny and reality star shared an Instagram video over the weekend revealing she's been diagnosed with a life-threatening medical condition that's called anaphylaxis. I have anaphylaxis, a life-threatening medical condition to certain foods that will compromise my body so horrifically to the point of hospitalization. Absolute millions of my community around the world, children and adults, live cautiously and anxiously navigating this journey with not nearly enough compassion, education, and empathy from those who do not, she continues to say in her post. Today, everyone will know someone or someone who knows of one with anaphylaxis. If you ignore the severity of this medical condition, it's as bad as shoving a loaded gun in my face. She explains how this will impact her daily life, the precautions I take, the energy I have to use to discern with hypervigilance whatever you do know what you're talking about when you're in a restaurant or just winging it because you can't be asked to go to the back of the kitchen and truly ask the chef. Anaphylaxis is a severe allergic reaction that can be life-threatening if you don't get treatment right away. Food allergies are the main causes, but anaphylaxis can also be caused by insects, medication, and latex. The only treatment is an epinephrine injection or an EpiPen, this according to the... She concluded her caption by tagging a handful of resources for those affected by this disease or for those who want to learn more. Jo Frost has always been a calm force in chaos on TV, but she recently took to social media to share one of the most serious challenges of her life. The Supernanny star, 55, has revealed she's living with anaphylaxis, triggered by certain foods. It's a diagnosis that demands constant vigilance and one she says changes how she moves through the world every day. I've survived more anaphylactic shocks than I'm prepared to go into detail about right now. She then went on to explain the medical condition for the sole purpose of educating people, adding that certain foods affect her body so adversely at times that it leads to hospitalization. She went on to add that millions of people have this condition around the world and are living cautiously and anxiously. However, she added that a lot of these people are navigating this condition without compassion and Frost made it clear that this isn't about special treatment and insinuated that she isn't doing this for attention. Instead, it's about survival. Frost also called out restaurants where staff roll their eyes, dismiss warnings, or treat her questions like a hassle. She pointed to vague "may contain" labels as another hazard, saying they leave those with gamble no one should have to make, and that going to the chef is the only way possible for them to ensure that their food won't become a hazard for people sharing this condition. She also spoke up for people with celiac disease, who are often lumped in with trendy diets rather than recognized for their medical needs. "We are not all fatty eaters," she said. Frost clarified that what she's asking for is simple: dignity, clarity, and the same attention others receive without having to ask for it. Sodi Batch. While there's no word yet on another season, she continues to use her platform to advocate for families. In 2020, Frost was also announced as the star of the Australian program. In a new video shared on Instagram, Frost, 55, announced that she is living with the life-threatening allergic reaction, which is often caused by food, medicine, or insect stings. I have anaphylaxis, a life-threatening medical condition to certain foods that will compromise my body so horrifically to the point of hospitalization, Frost said. I've survived more anaphylactic shocks than I'm prepared to go into detail about right now. The TV star said she was unapologetic about her medical condition, adding, "Absolute millions of my community around the world, children and adults, live cautiously and anxiously navigating this journey with not nearly enough compassion, education, and empathy from those who do not. Today, everyone knows someone who has anaphylaxis. If you ignore the severity of this medical condition, it's as bad as shoving a loaded gun in my face." TV Supernanny Jo Frost has life-threatening medical condition like a loaded gun. TV star Jo Frost, who is best known as Supernanny, has shared a powerful message about the life-threatening medical condition she navigates on a daily basis. Jo Frost, the renowned TV Supernanny, has opened up about a serious medical condition she deals with, one that mandates her to tread through life with extraordinary care. Despite the challenges, she has expressed that she will not apologize for her condition but instead is keen on raising awareness. "I've survived more anaphylactic shocks than I'm prepared to go into detail about right now," the 54-year-old shared in an emotional Instagram video. "I have anaphylaxis, a life-threatening medical condition to certain foods that will compromise my body so horrifically to the point of hospitalization. Absolute millions of my community around the world, children and adults, live cautiously and anxiously navigating this journey with not nearly enough compassion, education, and empathy from those who do not. Today, everyone will know someone or someone who knows of one with anaphylaxis. If you ignore the severity of this medical condition, it's as bad as shoving a loaded gun in my face." Jo detailed that anaphylaxis is an extreme allergic reaction that unequivocally demands immediate attention and typically takes hold within moments of coming into contact with a trigger, such as particular foods, insect stings, or medications. Reports. Commonly emerging symptoms include swelling of the tongue or throat, which can seriously hinder breathing and swallowing, along with wheezing and lightheadedness. In some instances, there have also been reports of skin, tongue, or lips turning pale, gray, or even blue. In a previous interview with The Mirror, Dr. Gareth Nye, a biomedical science lecturer at the University of Salford, elucidated, "What triggers this is individual to you, and it's down to your immune system and genetics to determine whether you are allergic to something or not, and if you are, how severe that reaction is. You can also develop allergies over time due to exposure to common causes like dust or animal hair." Expressed that the dangers tied to anaphylaxis impose regularly on her life, demanding substantial efforts to stay precautious and maintain heightened awareness. She emphasized, however, that increased public comprehension would make managing the condition substantially more straightforward. Longtime parenting expert helped families address issues like lack of discipline, controlling behavior, sleep separation, disrespect, and communication. In each episode, she observed a family's dynamics for a day and then offered tools and house rules for the parents to implement, ultimately encouraging a more peaceful and respectful home environment. In the 7 original seasons of Supernanny that aired in the United States, she was also the star of the British version for many years. Frost earned a reputation for her no-nonsense approach and heartfelt empathy for struggling families. According to the parents she coached, this dedication was present even when the cameras stopped rolling. Jo Frost is a childcare specialist and the former star of Supernanny. She was raised in London by Michael Frost, a builder and painter, and Joan Frost, an interior designer who died of breast cancer when Frost was. Interview with People, the professional nanny explained why she chose her career path. "People told me I was good with children," Frost said. "It was just always very natural for me to hold babies and be around children. It's just part of my DNA." Through working as a nanny for over 15 years, Frost applied to star in the original British version of Supernanny via a newspaper advertisement. Premiered in 2004 and was an instant success in the UK. 1 year later, she moved to California to star in the American spin-off On. She cited needing more balance in her life as the reason for her exit, and married her longtime boyfriend, location coordinator Darren Jackson, that same year. "He really understood my work and wanted to be a part of it," the childcare expert told People. "He's a man who thrives in the camaraderie of it all and in being able to help, so it made things very easy in that respect." Years since Supernanny first aired, Frost has continued her work supporting families both on and off-screen. Her TV series include Jo Frost, Extreme Parental Guidance Family. Almost a decade after the last Supernanny episode aired, Lifetime renewed it for an 8th season with Frost at the helm once again. A batch of 20 episodes premiered in 2020 and focused on helping parents with modern struggles like internet usage, balancing complicated schedules, and video games. "I'm looking forward to families across America having access to my parental education surrounding their family challenges, as this country/government is short on providing the resources, staff, and funding families so desperately need in society," Frost said. The family issues are also over a wider spectrum and cover many different global issues. The internet has changed much. Aside from her TV work, Frost has been assisting families through private consultations and sharing her parenting techniques and educational content on her. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her grandson, Eli, from her husband's side of the family. have anaphylaxis, a life-threatening medical condition to certain foods that will compromise my body so horrifically to the point of hospitalization, Frost continued. If you ignore the severity of this medical condition, it's as bad as shoving a loaded gun in my face. Parenting expert Jo Frost, who you may know better as the Super from the hit TV show by the same name, is turning her attention away from misbehaving kids and instead focusing on parents who have latched onto a problematic social media trend. And she's not mincing words.